Have you ever stood on the ground and wondered what lies beneath your feet? Not just a few feet down, but miles and miles into the very heart of our planet. It's a question that has long captivated the human imagination. You know, a fundamental drive to explore the unknown. We look up at the stars and dream of traveling to distant galaxies. But there is an equally vast and mysterious universe right here, under the very surface we walk on every single day. How deep can we truly go? What are the limits of our engineering, our endurance, and our courage when we turn our gaze not to the heavens, but downward into the crushing darkness of the earth? This question is not just a philosophical one. It's actually a challenge we have actively taken on, pushing our technology to its absolute breaking point. Consider the deepest hole humanity has ever managed to create, the Z44 Chavio oil and gas well. It plunges an astonishing 12,376 meters, or just over 12 kilometers into the Earth's crust. That is a depth that's almost impossible to truly comprehend. To put it into perspective, you'd need to stack 15 of the world's tallest buildings, the Burj Khalifa, one on top of the other, just to match its incredible length. It is a monumental achievement of modern engineering, driven by our insatiable need for the resources hidden deep within our world. This relentless quest to dig deeper is really a story of human ambition. It's a narrative written not with ink, but with drill bits, explosives, and sheer determination. Every meter we descend is a battle against immense geological forces. The pressure builds to levels that can crush the strongest steel, and the temperature rises to points where machinery begins to melt and fail. We are, in essence, trying to enter a realm that is not meant for us, a domain where the planet itself pushes back with all its might. Yet we continue to try, driven by scientific curiosity, the promise of immense wealth, and that innate human desire to see what lies beyond the next horizon. Our journey into the Earth has taken many forms. We've burrowed for precious minerals, drilled for scientific knowledge, and excavated tunnels for our cities. Each endeavor has taught us more about the planet we call home and, in turn, more about our own limitations. From the deepest mine shafts where humans toil in blistering heat, to the narrow boreholes that are our only windows into the deep crust, we have left our mark. These holes are not just empty spaces, they're monuments to our curiosity. They are the physical proof of our unending quest to understand the world, one shovelful, one drill rotation at a time. Before the Z44 Chavio well claimed the title, another project captured the world's imagination, one born not of commerce but of pure scientific ambition. This was the Kola Superdeep Borehole, a Soviet endeavor to drill as far as possible into our planet's crust. For nearly 2 decades, scientists bored into the ancient rock of the Kola Peninsula, eventually reaching a staggering depth of 12,262 meters. This incredible hole, though only about 23 centimeters wide, was a journey into a completely alien world. It remains the deepest artificial point on Earth, a testament to what we can achieve when we are driven solely by the pursuit of knowledge. But the Earth has its own rules. The Kola project was not stopped by a lack of funding or political will. It was halted by the planet itself. As the drill descended, the temperature began to climb far more rapidly than the scientists had ever predicted. At its final depth, the rock simmered at a blistering 180 degrees Celsius, or 356 degrees Fahrenheit. This extreme heat was simply too much for the drilling equipment to handle, causing the metal to become soft and unworkable. The team had hoped to drill through the crust, but they had only made it 1/3 of the way. The Earth had drawn a line, showing us the fiery boundary of our technological reach. While boreholes are our deepest probes, they are not places where people can go. For that, we must look to the world of mining. The deepest mine on Earth is the Mponeng gold mine in South Africa, where workers descend to an incredible depth of 4,000 meters, or 4 kilometers. The journey to the bottom is an expedition in itself, a descent that can take well over an hour in a series of elevators. Down in these deep tunnels, the rock walls are not cool to the touch. The natural heat of the Earth raises the ambient temperature to a sweltering 66 degrees Celsius, a heat so intense that survival would be impossible without a massive cooling system that pumps ice slurry into the tunnels. Imagine what it must feel like to work in such an environment. You are miles beneath the surface, surrounded by rock under unimaginable pressure. The air you breathe is artificially cooled, and the darkness is absolute, broken only by the beams of headlamps. It is one of the most extreme workplaces on the planet, a daily confrontation with the raw power of geology. Yet day after day, miners make this journey into the abyss, chasing veins of gold. This is the human story of depth, not just a measurement on a chart, but a lived experience of pressure, heat, and the relentless pursuit of treasure buried in the deep. Our ambition to dig is not a new phenomenon. Long before the age of powerful drills and heavy machinery, our ancestors challenged the earth with their bare hands and simple tools. The most profound example of this is the Woodingdean water well, located in the United Kingdom. Dug between 1858 and 1862, it is the deepest hole ever excavated by hand. Workers toiled in treacherous conditions, using only shovels, buckets, and sheer muscle power to reach a final depth of 392 meters. It's a staggering feat of endurance, a testament to a time when human will was the most powerful tool available for conquering the Earth's depths. But human efforts are often dwarfed by the immense chasms that nature has carved over millions of years. The deepest known cave on Earth is the Veryovkina Cave in the nation of Georgia, which plunges to an astonishing 2,212 meters below the surface. Exploring it is an epic undertaking, requiring expert teams to spend weeks underground, navigating tight passages, underground rivers, and massive vertical drops. Similarly, the deepest part of any ocean is the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, a point nearly 11,000 meters below the waves. This is a place of absolute darkness and crushing pressure, a world more alien than the surface of the moon, yet it is a part of our own planet. The world is full of these remarkable extremes of depth, each one a record holder in its own right. The deepest lake is Lake Baikal in Siberia, a vast body of water that reaches a depth of 1,642 meters. The Congo River holds the title for the world's deepest river, with parts of its channel scouring down to 220 meters. Even our modern lives intersect with these hidden depths. The world's deepest metro station, Arsenalna in Kiev, Ukraine, carries commuters 105.5 meters underground. And for recreation, the world's deepest swimming pool, called Deep Dive Dubai, allows divers to explore a sunken city at a depth of 60 meters. Even life itself finds a way to reach into the planet's hidden corners. Scientists have discovered a species of worm, a multicellular organism, thriving at a depth of 3,600 meters below the ground, surviving in conditions we once thought were completely sterile. But perhaps one of the most surprising record holders is a humble plant. A species of wild fig tree in South Africa was found to have roots that reached an incredible depth of 122 meters. It's a quiet, powerful reminder that the drive to go deeper, to seek out resources and secure a foothold, is not just a human trait. It is a fundamental impulse of life itself. For all our incredible achievements in digging and exploration, we must face a humbling reality. We've barely scratched the surface of our own planet. The Earth is composed of distinct layers, the thin outer crust we live on, the vast, semi-molten mantle below it, and the superheated core at its center. The crust, the only layer we have ever directly touched, is at its thickest about 70 kilometers deep. Our deepest borehole, at just over 12 kilometers, has only penetrated about 1/3 of the way through this thinnest of outer shells. The journey to the center of the Earth, some 6,371 kilometers away, remains firmly in the realm of science fiction. So why is it so difficult for us to dig deeper? The challenges are immense and compound with every meter we descend. The first and most significant barrier is temperature. As we saw with the Kola borehole, the Earth's internal heat intensifies dramatically with depth, eventually reaching temperatures that can melt any material we use for drilling. The second great challenge is pressure. The weight of the rock above exerts a crushing force that can exceed hundreds of thousands of pounds per square inch. This pressure can warp drill bits, collapse boreholes, and make any form of subterranean travel impossibly dangerous for humans. These physical barriers are the primary reason why the deep Earth is often called our planet's final frontier. We may know more about the surface of Mars than we do about what lies just a few dozen miles beneath our own feet. The mantle and core hold the secrets to our planet's formation, the engine of the magnetic field that protects us, and the source of the tectonic activity that shapes our world. Unlocking these mysteries requires a technological leap that we have not yet made. We need new materials that can withstand unimaginable heat and pressure, and new methods for drilling that go beyond simple rotation. What wonders still lie hidden in the deep? Are there undiscovered forms of life that thrive in the extreme heat and pressure? Are there mineral resources beyond our wildest dreams? These are the questions that continue to drive us. Our journey downward is far from over. It's a story of human curiosity pushing against the fundamental laws of physics and geology. The ground beneath us is not just solid rock, it's a library of planetary history, a vault of untold secrets, and a constant, silent challenge, daring us to find a way to dig just a little bit deeper and uncover the mysteries that still lie waiting in the dark.